No one talks about this phase. It's not the healing, it's not the safety, it's not even the embodiment. It's the space between identities. It's the waiting room of your rebirth. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hello, I'm Katarina. I am a shadow guide. I work with astrology and shadow work to get you to a place where you have gone to the underworld, you've done all the work on yourself, and you can walk the stairs up to your soul-led path. And if you are not new here, then you know that this is the fourth phase of the money series that I have been filming. This is to help you get from ego to soul, from chaos to clarity, from lack to full. This is the path to get you to abundance, true fulfillment, alignment. This was the whole reason that I started this money series. It just came to me around the Scorpio new moon time, and I just felt like I needed to speak about it and to end the year on it. So we have had the root, which was all about core wounds and how to use astrology to help you find those core wounds. We spoke about the purge, which was shadow work, a lot of it, using Chiron to help you with your shadow work. Then we spoke about the safety, which was all about the realization that your nervous system hasn't caught up to the healing that you've done in the purge. So it is sabotaging you a lot of the time because it doesn't feel safe. So we talked about safety within expansion and how to do that. And now here we are. We are not quite yet at the embodiment, but we are in a space in the in-between. This happens around the time that you start to implement nervous system safety work and the time that you just start to tap into embodiment. That is why I call it the liminal space. It's like not quite in either one, but it's just like there, and it will be there, and you'll notice it throughout this whole path. This is honestly a phase that I really don't think a lot of people speak about, or they don't speak about how long that phase can be and how frustrating that phase can be. You're doing the safety work. You're letting your body relax with the idea of expansion. It's starting to calm. And then you begin the embodiment, the new habits, new choices, new energies. And you start to feel excited with the possibility of what this new identity will bring. And this is where the liminal space is. This is, you're not quite out of your old and you're not quite in your new. It's when you've started becoming your new identity, but the universe hasn't quite caught up yet. It hasn't organized your external world yet for that new identity. So this space kind of overlaps the end of the safety and the beginning of the embodiment. I'm going to explain what the liminal space might feel like. It's friendships kind of disappearing. It's plans unraveling. It's not quite ready for the really new habits, and you're not doing the old habits. It's kind of this space where you feel like everything is going quiet. Opportunities that you usually would have gotten might not come to you. Money might pause. You might be feeling like you're sitting in a room with people that you normally would always sit with, and you're just feeling a lack. You're not quite sure what that lack is. It feels like you're looking through a window at everyone. You're not quite there. It may feel like your internal world is expanding. You feel so abundant, but your external world just hasn't matched that frequency yet. Now, you've probably heard people speak about this before. That is the universe getting you ready for your next life, for the new version. And trust me, that does come. I used to think it wouldn't, but it did. But you have to go through that releasing of all the things that were attached to that old frequency that you were in. Tyler Perry said, and I can't remember the full on quote, but it was something like, some people can't go to the altitudes that you're going to. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they're not meant to go where you're going. When you hold on to people, things that were from a frequency of yours, it keeps you stuck in that frequency. It keeps you stuck in that space. In order to elevate, in order to get to the place that you desperately want to go, you have to let the people fall, the things fall. And there will be a moment in this liminal space moment where you feel like you are failing. You might not have things that you used to have, and you don't have the new things. There is a real big moment of trust in that, trust in the unknown. And I know I'm making this sound all so scary, but when you go through all of this, you can't see or imagine the life that you were part of before. And that doesn't mean that you stop speaking to your family, or you stop like going to the places that you used to go to. It just means that you're going to a place that is so fulfilling. And if you want to come on this journey, if you're looking into shadow work, then I 100% know that your life, you're stuck, you're lost, you're confused. You're feeling that feeling because you're gravitating towards something that is extremely healing. So I'm not going to bet my life on it, but I'm pretty sure that you are in a room full of people that might not have your back. You might be in a room full of people that you just feel like you're kind of there, but you're not there. You're putting yourself in spaces that you're not meant to be in, that your true soul is not meant to be in. So that's why you seek this journey, because you're like, oh, I know there's something else. I know it. And that's your soul speaking to you. This is literally the death before the rebirth. And I think, especially on social media, we glamorize that rebirth and forget the death. All of this happens because it is pushing you to the version of you that has all the fulfillment, has all the abundance. The universe is literally removing any people or any patterns that cannot go into your next chapter. And there are a lot of people that will stay. There are a lot of people that will still be in that next chapter. And those are the people that you truly care about. The people who won't be in that next chapter are just people that are not meant to be with you for your life. They're meant to be with you for that chapter, for a phase in your life. I always say this to people because I've had a very long life of not having like many friends and many people in my life. And I always say, like, I don't latch on to people in a way that makes me feel like I've got to be with them forever. I could have the most amazing conversation with someone at a bus stop and never see them again in my life. But that conversation fulfilled me so much more than any other conversation I've had. But that's what the purpose was. I was meant to meet that person on a bus stop just for that conversation. This is literally your identity shedding. This is your nervous system adjusting. This is your frequency updating to attract the things and people and opportunities and money that is for your next chapter. This is the old contracts dying. You have healed those contracts. You have let go. It will feel like you are losing. But really, everything is just recalibrating. It's adjusting to the new version that you have become. It will honestly feel like nothing is happening. But that is the moment when something happens. Like I said, it will feel quiet. But that's the universe reorganizing everything for you. Embodiment is not linear. The moment where you embody your higher self, you embody the woman that you want to be, you embody, or the man, you embody the next chapter of you. It will feel quiet for a bit. As long as you stick with the embodiment, as long as you continue to implement the habits that are from the next chapter and not from your old chapter, your outside world, the external world, will literally adapt to your internal. This is the moment where you learn about money when you don't have money. This is when you track your finances for your dream monthly income. This is when you make stable and grounded choices in a time that feels unstable. This is about making grounded choices whilst trusting. Because when things don't come, you'll start to go back to your old life, the old path. But you need to keep with it. You need to keep doing the habits. You need to do the things even though the universe isn't giving you the things. You need to trust before you receive. This is the becoming part, and this is where you will feel forgotten a little bit. Now, I wanted to talk about the test moments because these are so important and I need you to hear me. The universe will test you. The universe will make sure that you are truly ready for this new path. You know the whole thing about Mercury retrogrades, like exes come back. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll come when you're going into a new chapter and the universe is like, are you ready yet? No, you're not, because you answered that text. It was a test. Unless you feel in your soul that you were meant to reply to him or her, you are most likely being tested by the universe to see if you're ready for that next chapter. So it will test you with old chapters, old frequencies. So this is when old patterns arise, old people, old triggers flare up. This is when a lot of self-doubt comes in. You'll have those moments where you will really question. You'll think you're going backwards. You'll have moments when the universe sends you tests to say, are you sure you're ready for this? And those tests will come from like an ex, or maybe a job opportunity that you used to take because you were always scared that you wouldn't get a job. And you don't want that job. You know deep down that you don't want anything to do with that, but you're so scared that something won't come. So you take that job opportunity. Honestly, this is confirmation. When things start to fall away and it's really quiet, that is confirmation that you are literally transitioning into a new chapter, into a new version of yourself, a new identity. The liminal space is literally proof that you are transforming. And when you look at it like that, you know something's coming. And I know everyone says this, and for a while I didn't think it would come, but it did, and it came so beautifully. So if you feel like you're in this space, I want to say to you that you are not stuck. You are transforming, and the universe just wants to make sure that you are fully ready for this new life. So your old triggers, the way that you used to react, your projections won't travel with you into this new identity. You will act as your higher self. You will act at a soul level rather than like the ego level. This is honestly the place where you stop being who you were and you start becoming who you were always meant to be. And it's not always easy. I've said this in every phase. It's not always easy, but it is so necessary. I just want to say this last piece. The trusting in the unknown is something that we have to always do. We have to trust in the unknown when it comes to what path we want to take. We have to trust in the unknown if we get that job interview or not. We have to trust in the unknown when it comes to love. We don't see our path clearly ever. Something will always happen where we have to really trust that it will get better. When the first thing comes to you after the liminal space and it's so aligned, you will literally, I did, literally cry your eyes out in joy and happiness and gratitude, because you'll be so thankful that you went through all of those phases and you didn't go back. You trusted in the universe and you just kept putting yourself into the space of the person that you wanted to be. You can't get stuck in this phase, the liminal space, and stop the embodiment. You can't do that. You have to keep going. You've gotten so far. Don't give up now. Keep going. Keep putting faith in the universe or whoever you believe in. I don't know if this will help, but I saw someone say that their therapist said to them, every time you go to do something, say, is this loving me right now? Is this what I'm about to do loving me? And I think in little habits, especially when they're daily, you can really lean on that when you feel like you want to go back to what your nervous system deemed as safety. I want to thank you so much for watching and so much for being part of this series with me. I know it probably feels hard and dark and scary, but in order to have something great, you have to take a risk, always. You risk in love, you risk in business, you risk in home when you have to buy a new home. You even risk when you get builders to do something in your home. You'll have faith in them to do their job, but they might not. When you look at the things in your life, most of those things are risks. Yes, they might be so trivial and small, but it's still a risk. You wake up late and you risk missing your train to work. Like, everything is just a leap of faith that you'll get there on time. A leap of faith when you go out on a first date to hope that you get on together. I also want to say that my core wound readings will open back up in the new year, sometime in January. I'm not quite sure when I'm opening it back up again, but until then there'll be one video next week, and then after that you'll see me in 2026. I cannot believe, literally. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this series, then please let me know in the comments. I love to know that I am not only feeding my soul but also feeding yours. So thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next video.